Hello everybody, it's me Laura again, and today I would like to welcome you to my rather late January haul. In this video today I hope to make some ASMR tingly sounds for you with some of the products I received in the month of January. Okay then, so the first items that I got this month were from a website called Wholesalebuying. Very similar to websites I've mentioned in the past. Quite cheap clothing with considerable quality from what I've seen at least. So I'm going to show you them. So the first item that I got, if you have been watching my hauls for a while you may recognize these. They are some makeup brushes which I use for blending my concealer. And I'm going to try and make delicate crinkling sounds with them. I understand that some people have missed this layout for hauls, so I'll try and make more like this in the future for you. That is, if you prefer this layout, of course. Okay, so they were the makeup brushes. Now I mainly got pajamas from this website because they tend to be quite high quality but still cheap at the same time, and I basically live in pajamas anyway. So I'll show you the pajamas I got. They're very elasticated. These are the bottoms to one pair I got. There you go. I really like thick pajamas. And a major problem I've had with thin pajamas, which I've actually got from websites like that before, is that the material can rip very easily. Which is a shame. I love fabric scratching videos. I've been watching an alarmingly huge amount of them recently. Okay, So they were the bottoms to the pyjamas and the top that pairs with it. Is a pretty long top. I got these in Asian size large. Haven't worn any of these yet, which is why the tags are still on. You may be able to hear the whistling wind outside, which I apologise for if you don't enjoy that. Okay, so that was the first pair of pyjamas. The next pair that I got were pink with black roses on them. If you want to know what these properly look like, I'll leave a link to the website with the model wearing them. That's actually scratching the fabric and the tag. So that was the top, and the bottoms that come with it are pretty long. A lot of these pyjamas tend to come to the calf or the knee, which is pretty handy for summer or lazy days, but I like the ones that hit the bottom. was the second set of pajamas. And the last set that I got, which is by far the highest quality of them all, are a white and beige pair. And they're really thick. And these are, like I said, the highest quality. You can just sort of feel it, if you know what I mean. And I think these were about $6. Which equates to something like £4. So that was the top, and the bottoms that came with it are just a simple up to your ankle length pair of elasticated bottoms. Okay, so they were all the pajamas that I purchased this month. The next things which I got from there were a pair of pajama slippers, which make some interesting sounds. It's almost like leaves rustling. Items like the pajamas, slippers and onesies tend to be out of stock a lot. It usually takes a while for them to be restocked. I check back every other few days and sometimes it's to no avail. Whilst these are comfy, my foot does tend to slip a lot in them. So that's the slippers. Now the last item that I got, I unfortunately cannot show in full view because it just won't fit in the view. It's a pretty large coat in black. I'll see what I can do. So I apologize that I can't show it in a proper view. But this was easily the best thing I bought. I needed a new coat. One with actual durability. I wear hoodies too often and they don't keep me warm. And this was $11. Whilst the prices are incredibly cheap, the only thing, should you browse the website, is shipping costs are very high to get an item like this dispatched, because I think it's down to distance and weight of the items. But this coat is amazing. It comes down just under my hips and it's very, very thick, and it's basically exactly as it looks on the model. It's too big to put around the other side of the microphone. It's got a bunch of cat fur on it though. Okay, so they are all the items that I got from Wholesalebuying this month. I'm really sorry for the humming pipe sound, by the way, if you can hear that. So the next set of items were very kindly gifted to me by the next website. The website is called NastyDress.com, and they graciously let me pick out a couple of items, and I'm gonna make some sounds with them now for you. So the first items that I got from there were a pair of boots. I think they're kind of like Chelsea boots, and these would originally retail, I think, for $30. And I've been out in these once, and they fit pretty comfortably. There's nothing wrong with them. The sole is coming away though after one use, which is a little bit disheartening. But I've always wanted a pair of boots like this. for me they're pretty easy to walk in. Okay, so they were the shoes. The next thing I chose were a pair of tights with I think what the website calls a Totem style, and I thought these were really pretty. I can't say what they're like, of course, because I haven't tried them on yet. But of course, if you're interested in what they look like on, there's always a model on the website. So they were the tights. So next I got a couple of tops from there. The first one was red. The camera may not show the difference between materials, but the front is more flowy, and I think it's called chiffon, perhaps. The website visually does the items more justice than I do. But I actually don't own pretty much any straight out red tops at all. I think I mainly buy white, black and blue. Usually. Some fraying of the material at the bottom so that was the red top. The next top that I got was a white batwing top. I'm really liking tops like this recently, both batwing and more of a flowy design on the edges. Also, it did come like this, so I will iron it. But I think the white with the design can make it be quite elegant. I used to, when I was younger, just wear men's tops, so they'd be very loose on me and they wouldn't be typically fitted at all, so I think it's only recently that I've developed an accustomed to more fitted tops. Okay, so that was the white top. So the last top that I got from that was black with white edging. It's a pretty thick material overall. And I have tried this one on and it's very comfortable. Due to the design though, I'd say that this is probably more for going out, having a meal or something. But I like the design at least. I like the combination of sounds the textures make. So they were all the clothing items. So the last things I got from there were mainly just bits and bobs really. So the next thing I got was some headbands. And this is the kind of thing you could never really have enough of, because I end up losing them all the time. Okay, so they were the headbands. The next thing I got, they had tons and tons of designs of. And they were some nail wraps. I've never tried using nail wraps before. So I hope they go smoothly. I was showing someone these nail wraps and they said they recognized the characters from something. So if you do recognize them, please let me know. I've heard that these are easy to apply, but I don't know why I'm doubting that. I've never really been good with nail painting or art. Okay, so they were the nail wraps. The next thing I got was a necklace. And this looks like this is from an anime, but I don't know. If you do know, please let me know. And it was this very pretty crystal necklace. Obviously not real crystals, but I thought it was pretty. And I'm just gonna trace the chain through the pendant holder. And this one has a clock in it. So we're down to the last two things now. This is a headband, and I would have taken it out and worn it for you. I might do actually. It's just that when this piece came in the mail, you can see some of the pieces have snapped off. So I'll try and get some sort of fabric glue for that. I was attracted to the variety of colours and the styles on it. The crinkles are quite loud with this one. So the very last item we're down to is a headpiece, which is a blue and sort of gold tinted tassel-y headband which would go at the back of your hair. And this is clipped in with a little clip here at the back. And that pops up. You attach the piece of hair you want in there, and you clip it back down, and then voila. I thought this was really pretty on the model, and yeah, I usually don't like tying my hair up if I'm going out, so this might make my ponytails look a bit more interesting. Okay, so this was my January haul. I hope that you have found it relaxing. And I'll try not to be so late with the February one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.